I don't care how good you are. I don't care how talented you are. I don't care how much you work on yourself. There are some times when things aren't going to go right. They just are not going to go right.
So many people I talked to at that time for Alipay, they say, this is the stupidest idea you have ever got.
Whenever you learn something, all you're really doing is creating a relationship between two things. So if I want to learn something, say, how do I learn this? It's not figuring things out. That's how most of us think of learning. Learning is not figuring things out. Learning is the creation of a relationship between two things. Something you already know, the known. Something you already know, it's in your head already, you understand it.
Don't allow your emotions to control you. We are emotional, but you want to begin to discipline your emotion. See, a lot of people want to exempt themselves from taking responsibility. All they want to do is talk about the problem.
If you ask a lousy question, you get a lousy answer and a lousy state. So why does this always happen to me? It doesn't always happen to you, but the brain's like a computer. Ask it a question, it'll have to come up with an answer. Because you deserve it, you idiot. Once you break through, then it just becomes a game. The people that are getting your products have not yet broken through in most cases. The breakthrough happens by conditioning your mind every day, by feeding it a role model or story. It's putting yourself in a peak state when you follow through by getting physically strong. It's creating a little ritual of doing a little bit each day, and then you get momentum.
But if you want to grow orchids or roses or any kind of exotic flowers, there are special processes and procedures you must go through.
It's not what you've gone through, it's where you're going to be going. That everything you have gone through in your life is a down payment on your destiny. So don't quit, don't throw in the towel, don't quit, don't hate your life, because what you've gone through, people need to hear your story, your testimony, your journey, not just pedantic nomenclature and academic jargon, but from your heart. Yeah. What have you gone through, man, woman? Tell us about it. And that sets people, the Bible says, they shall overcome by the power of their testimony. See, we want to be quiet and be ashamed and not talk. Everything's fine. Yeah. I'm wonderful. And all hell's breaking loose in our lives. We got to get real and share with each other how we made it through.
If you don't have your health is valuable. Develop a health plan. A plan that you will follow, because this is the only vehicle that you have to carry you through this experience called life. And you want to take good care of it, because you love you enough. You care enough about you. And that's not easy. It is not easy having a health plan and sticking to it.
And what a breakthrough simply is that moment in time where there's an opening. And the opening can come from a conversation, it can come from meeting somebody that inspires you, it can come from an insight, it can come from watching a movie and being moved emotionally at just that right moment. It usually comes because something kind of clicked inside of us, something snapped us and made us look at life through a different filter, in a different way. And you know it's a real breakthrough because you take that little insight, that little distinction, that little moment, or maybe that little or big emotion inside of you that says, no more, I'm going to change this, and suddenly you do something to make your life better. You break out of the impossibility of life has to be this way, or life is controlling me, and you start to take back control of your life. You start to make the shift that creates the quality of life that you really deserve.
Oh, you don't need to worry about trying to go into your own business. Forget that. You can't do that. What if you lose everything you've got? That inner conversation that stops you from doing the things you want to do less, don't do that.
Something stops us, something prevents us from doing something that we really are capable of doing. Whether it's turning around our body or shifting a relationship or turning around our finances or maybe just being happy and fulfilled at a different level, we get stuck with a belief of how we're not supposed to be, what we're not supposed to do, what people won't accept, what we're not capable of. Or maybe we get stuck in an emotional pattern of just being pissed off or frustrated or worried or sad or overwhelmed.
You want to take responsibility for your life. I got me here, I can get me out of this.
Don't try and imitate that. Find your own way. Find your own voice. Find your own feelings, and that will give you a unique opportunity.
How many times have you heard people say, "This can't be done"? It's your job to remove those myths and to get things done.
Don't put a question mark where God has put a period. All of us have things we don't understand. One reason is we can't see the big picture for our lives.
If you want to lay the foundation for a future fortune, you've got to learn more than one skill.
Look at what is the problem and then answer that problem in the unique position that you will solve it. So how are you able to address that problem?
And that if you decide that my life deserves my developing this what I do well, and becoming the best at it, and mastering myself, and seeing what I have within me, if you decide to drop your buckets where you are and develop your gifts, I grant you, you'll never ever be without. I grant you that your gifts will take you places that will literally amaze you. You can decide that I'm going to live each day as if it were my last. You have the power to make that decision. You can decide I'm going to work on myself and develop myself. I'm going to empower me. And all of these things that are happening to me right now, they're just temporary inconveniences. They're not stronger than I am. I'm in charge here.
But if you were to take one piece and isolate it, you would think, look at this funny looking piece. It's a mistake. It's not going to fit anywhere. It's an odd shape. There's nothing beautiful about it. But the fact is, that piece has a perfect place. It's already been fitted, planned, designed. When the other pieces come together, it will fit in. The reason you can't see it now is because they all are not in place yet.
To win the respect of intelligent people and the affection of children, to earn the appreciation of honest critics and endure the betrayal of false friends, appreciate beauty, to find the best in others, and to leave the world a bit better.
Every day, you've got to begin to recondition your mind. See, many of us go through life making choices, thinking it's our choices, and it's not. You have talents, abilities, and skills that you don't even know that you have. Do you want to live a life of productivity? Do you want to live a life of contribution? Do you want to be a better father? Do you want to have your own business? Are there dreams you want? Everybody will say yes. But see, want shows up in conversation. Expectation shows up in behavior. Given the fact that you're very talented, but you're behind on your dreams and your bills, do expect, based upon your performance, based upon what you produce at this point in time in your life. See, we live in a world where we believe that bad things are supposed to happen to us. Hold yourself to high standards, whatever you do. There's no saying, do not go where the path may lead, but go where there's no path and leave a trail. I refuse to live from hand to mouth. I prefer the challenges of life to the guaranteed existence, the thrill of fulfillment to the stale calm of utopia. I will never cower before any master, nor bend to any threat. You got to sacrifice before you reign. That's why the Bible says, judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not the fruit that it wants. Treat people with respect. Treat them the way that you want to be treated. We are more than conquerors. That inner conversation will cause you, when you leave here, to go back leading a life of mediocrity, leading a life of unproductivity, leading a life of poverty. So I'm going to share with you how to break out of that. If you can make a man feel inferior, you never have to compel him to seek an inferior status, for he will seek it himself. And if you can make a man feel justly an outcast, you never have to order him to go to the back door. He'll go without being told. And if there's no door, his very nature will demand one. Something else that most people won't do. Make it okay to fail. A lot of people, 85% of people, allow their fear of failure to outweigh their desire to succeed. And why are you going to keep your commitment to change your life? Keep your commitment never to go back to the life that you once lived. Keep your commitment to creating wealth for yourself, to taking care of your children, to be more responsible, to manifest Christ in you, in your life, in your community. Keep your commitment to live a life of contribution, to keep your commitment to be a conqueror. If you know how to do it. But if you don't know how to do it, it's worth doing badly until you get it right.
is great. All things give way before it's too soon or too late.